Good afternoon, students. So we'll continue with chapter 9, right? Of history. The first empire, the first empire and great emperor Ashoka. So this is our topic. Reading of the chapter. Am I audible to everyone? So the topic which we were doing, a very big kingdom and empire. So what we discussed, we were discussing about the first empire in the Indian subcontinent. Okay, so the first empire was Mauryan Empire. And this Mauryan Empire came into existence after the decline of Nanda dynasty. After the decline of Nanda dynasty. Before Mauryan Empire, who were the rulers? Nanda dynasty were the rulers. Okay. Now, this Kautilya helped Chandragupta Maurya to came into power. Okay, and Chandragupta Maurya was the reason of the decline of, Kautilya was the reason of decline of Nanda dynasty. That we have already discussed in our previous class. Now the thing is, we were discussing about Mauryan Empire. So, in Mauryan Empire, in Mauryan dynasty, if you see, there were three important rulers. Those three important rulers were first the founder Chandragupta Maurya, then his son Bindusar, then his son Ashoka. That means Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. So these were the three prominent rulers of Maurya dynasty. Now here, one question would be there. What do you mean by dynasty? What is the meaning of dynasty? Sorry. So, as I have already told, please keep your notepad and pen with you so that while studying, you can make your notes also for the chapter. Understood? So, please keep your notepad and pen with you. So, dynasty means when members of the same family, when members of the same family become rulers one after another, the family is often called a dynasty. Understood? So, when members of the same family become rulers one after another, the family is often called dynasty. Understood? That means if Chandragupta Maurya founded some empire, some kingdom, after Chandragupta Maurya, his son will rule. After he Maurya dynasty. Understood? Same as Nanda dynasty. Now Nanda dynasty was declined and then Maurya empire came into existence. In Nanda dynasty also, one after another they were ruling. Understood? So like that, if family member of, if yes, the members of same family rule one after another, it becomes dynasty. Understood? So this is dynasty. So three important ruler of this dynasty were Chandragupta Maurya, his son Bindusar, and then his son Ashoka. Okay. Any question till now? Now this was about the rulers. Now the second thing which we discussed is very important. That is difference between kingdom and empire. I have already explained, but still for your notes I am telling you, you need to prepare notes also. So emperors need more resources than kings, because empires are larger than kingdoms and need to be protected by big armies. Okay. Next is also they need a large number of officials who collect taxes. Now here you see what is difference between king and kingdom. We will understand properly. Emperors need more resources than kings because empires are larger than kingdoms and need to be protected by big armies. So also they need a large number of officials who collect taxes. Now here we need to understand. We have already discussed if these are kingdoms. Suppose these are kingdoms. Okay. So this all when it will come together, it will become empire. Understood? These are kingdoms. These are smaller, and when many of the kingdoms come together, it becomes empire. That means the territory, the land which needs to be controlled is far more than a kingdom in empire. Understood? Suppose if your class 6, you are sitting in class 6, that is a class, but all the classes together will make a school. So what is the difference between a class and a school? A school is by all the class when combined together, school will be there, right? So a school will always more than class. bigger than class. Yes or no? The same way kingdom and empire is. Kingdom is like a class and empire is like a school. Understood? Now, to maintain a class, you need some of the, like you have head class teacher, right? To maintain only one class, some less, like less resources are needed. But if you need to maintain the whole class, that means many classes you need to together manage, right? Many classes you need to manage together. So that is the difference. Managing a class is easier than managing a school. Yes or no? So the same way, the empires need more resources. Suppose if there is 5 classes, I am taking least 5 classes in a school. Okay, 5 classes you have in a school. Now, to manage one class, you will only need 20 days. Yes or no? But to manage 5 classes, you will need 100 days. Yes or no? In that 20 days only, can you manage the whole school? You cannot manage this. The same way, to manage an empire, you need more resources. Also, when empire is big, when it is empire, it will be very big, and you need big armies for the protection and security. Otherwise, anyone will come and anyone will capture your land, right? If you will not keep big army. Now, to keep big army, you need money. You need to pay them salary. Yes or no? Without salary, why they will work for you? So to keep big army, you need more money. How this money will come? With tax. By tax, government will take money. The ruler will take money from tax. People has to pay tax. Right? Now, do you think one emperor can go and collect all the tax in such a huge land area? That cannot be done. So he will need some officials. Okay? He will need some officials. These officials will collect tax in different areas. Okay? So like this, to run an empire, you need more resources. You need a big army to keep those expenses, to maintain those expenses. You will need large amount of tax. To handle those taxes, you need some of the officials who can collect taxes. Till here everyone understood, or is there any question? Please ask. If you have any question, please ask. Students, if you have any question, please ask. Now this was about the kingdom and empire. How kingdom, when it becomes empire, what are the responsibility which comes. Okay. Now the thing was, in Mauryan Empire there were some important cities, prominent cities. So in that we had Patliputra. So Patliputra was the capital city. It was a capital city. It was the capital of Mauryan Empire. Like today we have Patna. Patna is capital of Bihar. The same way the capital of Mauryan Empire was Patliputra. That Patliputra became Patna later. Earlier, before Patliputra, which place was the Takshila. So Takshila was a place which was gateway to the northwest countries. Gateway to the northwest countries. It was gateway to northwest. That is why this was important. And including Central Asia. Including Central Asia. Okay. Now one more was Ujjain. So is this Ujjain was also very important? Please give the answer quickly. I am waiting for the answer. Till now no one got answer. Looking on Google. I know you all are searching on Google. You don't put pressure on your brain. Now Ujjain was a center point of where no one knows. Class 6, you don't know which place was the earlier capital of this Mauryan Empire. We have already read in our previous chapter. No one knows. Am I audible to everyone? Please learn something. This way you won't be able to learn SST. SST is a very lengthy and very difficult one. If you learn it with interest, it is the most interesting subject you have. But if you will learn like this, it is difficult to learn. Before Patliputra, I am asking. Before Patliputra, which place was capital of Mauryan Empire? Before Patliputra. Yes, Sneha Bharti has given correct answer. Rajgir. You students visited Rajgir, no? Some of the students visited Rajgir last year. We had a trip to Rajgir, yes or no? That Rajgir was earlier the stupid Priyanshu. It is not Patna, it is Rajgir. Earlier, Rajgir was the capital of Mauryan Empire. After that, they shifted the capital from Rajgir to Patliputra. Empire is managed by emperor. Empire is managed by emperor. Look at the heading. Great Emperor Ashoka. The first empire and great Emperor Ashoka. Look at the heading, please. Okay. So, 3 prominent cities which we are talking about. Patliputra. Patliputra was the capital of Mauryan Empire. Takshila was gateway to the northwest, including Central Asia. If you see the map, you will find this whole area was under the Mauryan Empire. Till Pakistan, Afghanistan. Understood? Now, present day, up till Afghanistan, it was under Mauryan Empire. This one area was under Mauryan Empire. So, support Takshila is here. So, if you want to go northwest, you can go. If you want to go to Central Asia, here it will be Central Asia, then also you can go from Takshila. So that kind of important Takshila the important place that time. Understood? Now, merchants, official, craftsmen, they probably lived in these cities. Who all lived in these cities? Merchants, officials, and craftsperson. See, a town develops when there is trade. That means economic activities will take place. When economic activity takes place in a town, that town develops. Understood? When trade is happening, the town develops. Now, who will do this trade? So, for trade, you need traders. Traders will do the trade. Now, what they will trade? Traders, if traders are there, what things will be trade? What goods they will trade? So, for that, you need craft person. They will make some kind of craft and other things. Because of that, the trade takes place. So, goods will be created by craftsperson and you need trader, and like this, you will have trade in a city. A city develops when there is trade. When trade takes place, then a city develops. Understood? So, we can assume as these cities were developed, this Ujjain, Takshashila, Patliputra, these cities were developed. So, we can assume that craft person would be living there. When craft person was living there, trade will happen. Then the cities will grow. Also, officials would be living there. Why officials will leave? So, just now we discussed that officials were needed to collect taxes. When economic activities will grow, taxes will grow, and like this, the officials will be needed for collecting tax. Now, merchants also would be living there because they also would be participating in the trade, economic activities. Understood? So, for economic activities, merchants and craftsperson would be living there, and officials would be living there because if craftsperson and merchant is there, more trade will be there, more economic activities will be there, trade will be happening, and in this way, taxes will be there. So, officials has to be there to collect taxes. Till now, any question, anyone? Is there any question till now? How do we know this? How do we know all these things? So we know all these things because what Ashoka did, everything was inscripted on the wall, on the rocks, on the pillars. Everything was inscripted on the rock, pillar and wall. That we have already discussed in the previous chapter. So by that we come to know that what was happening that time. Understood? So everything was inscripted. So many of the inscriptions are still there, and when we go through that, we may assume that these things were happening in this way. Understood? Any question till now, anyone? Just a minute. Class 6, am I audible to you? Yes or no? Am I audible? Whenever I'm asking, you are not giving any of the answer. I don't know what class 6 is doing. That is what I am telling you. Can you please tell me the question? What is the question, my dear? Map question. Please tell me the question of map. What is the question of map? Please send it here. I will just tell you how to do that. And anyways, we are going to do map work now. Just a minute. Okay. Now I will show what what was the area covered by the Mauryan Empire. Okay, that is what I am going to show you. Okay, am I audible, everyone? Am I audible? Yes. Okay. If my sound does not come, please let me know. Okay. So you can see this orange area. This orange area is the area covered by Mauryan Empire. This whole area. Can you see the whole India, including Pakistan and Afghanistan, was under the Mauryan Empire. Only this southernmost areas were there which were left, and here Cholas, Pandyas and others were ruling. But if you see, the whole orange area was covered with Mauryan Empire. This is the map of 250 BCE. Okay. Yes, this much big area, the whole India. That is why it is called empire. That is why it is called empire. Now here you see, just a minute. If you see this is Takshashila. This is Takshashila. Okay. So Takshashila is called gateway to the northwest. Upwards north. This is north. This is south. This is west. And this is east. This you have to always remember. Okay, this is east, this is north, this is west, this is south. Northwest means this direction. This is northwest, this direction. So if anyone wants to go like this in the north way, they have to go through Takshashila. This is Central Asia, upwards. Not here, upwards Central Asia. So if anyone wants to go this side, then also they may go through the Takshashilas. This is upwards it will go, okay? Central Asia. Now, where is Ujjain? So here you have Ujjain. This one. This is Ujjain. So if anyone, this is north, if anyone is going like this, so they have to come Ujjain and then they will go to south. This was the last area of Mauryan Empire. So if you see, Ujjain was the center point. If they want to go to south, then also it is center point. If they want to go to north, then also it is center point. So I think I have given homework to mark the area covered in Mauryan Empire. So this is the map which you need to make. Okay, and the other, as you can see, stars are for main capital. So Ujjain was main capital, Takshashila was main capital, and you would having Patliputra. Here you have Patliputra. So these were the main capitals. When we will go further in the chapter, we will understand. Patliputra, Ujjain, Takshashila, main capitals, big stars. Sorry, main capital is Patliputra. Then regional capital, Takshashila and Ujjain are the regional capital. Sorry, okay. So Patliputra is the main capital. Then you have Takshashila, regional capital, Ujjain, regional capital. Regional capital or provincial capital. Understood? Like for India, you have one capital, New Delhi. For India, you have New Delhi as your capital. And then you have other states. For other states, you have other capitals. For Bihar, you have Patna, right? For Jharkhand, you have Ranchi. So like that, you have different capitals for different states. So in the same way, this was divided into province and main capital was Patliputra emperor used to handle the things from Patliputra, and Takshashila and Ujjain were the regional or provincial capital. Okay, and other important, you can see other important cities are also there, and it is mentioned with the different symbols. So one map is this which you need to draw. Okay, you need to show Takshashila, Ujjain, Patliputra, and then the area covered by the Mauryan Empire. Okay, this is the one which you need to show. Now one more. The second one is this one. Second empire is this one. So here you can see major rock edicts. I told where are the inscription, in which area inscriptions has been found. The Ashoka has inscribed the messages on the stones, pillars, rocks, walls, right? So where are those inscriptions? In which place? That I have asked you to mention. So this is the second homework, second map which you need to draw. So here square one is the major rock edict. That means Mansehra. Here you have Mansehra is the square one. Fir Kandahar square. Here you have rock edicts, rock inscription. Okay. Then you have Dhauli. Then you have Jogada. Then you have Sannathi, Sopara, Girnar, Yeragudi. So these are the places where you have rock edicts, rock inscriptions. Then you have pillar edicts, pillar inscriptions. So that you have on the triangular place. That means in Mansehra you have pillar edict also. Then Lumbini, then Rampurva, Loria Araraj. Then you have Nandagad. Then you have Delhi Topra, then Meerut, then Kaushumbi. So these Amravati. So these are the places where you have pillar edicts. Then you have minor rock edicts. That means this white one, all these white one are small minor rock edicts. So this is the second map which you need to draw. First is you need to draw a map. What were the territories covered by Mauryan Empire? What are the important cities and capitals? That I have already shown. Second, you have to make this one, edicts of Ashoka. Where are the edicts of Ashoka? Where are the rock edicts? Where are the pillar edicts? Like that you need to show. I hope you would have understood the homework. Everyone? Is there any question from the homework? Any question, anyone from the homework? Understood, right? So please do your homework properly. I am not getting the homework in a proper manner. Okay, do homework properly. Write the names properly. First you give the heading. When you are drawing first map, write territory covered by Mauryan Empire and important cities. This is the heading. Give heading. Then dot, put points and write the name of those cities. Draw second map, put edicts of Ashoka and then draw it. Okay, map should have heading, name should be mentioned of all the cities and towns properly, and legend should be there. Three things should be there in the map always. Okay, thank you everyone for today.